Hello, friends.
Woohoo!
Welcome to today's episode of Booked. I'm joined today by Mike Mollman. I nearly couldn't say your name, and it's one of the easier ones I've had to pronounce. How are you?
I am doing well. The snowpocalypse has not started yet, so
No, it waited for
yeah.
us to start the show, which I think was very kind of nature
Yep.
to do that. If we cut out randomly, it's because the power's gone out. In which case, we'll just have that as a cold ending. I'm sure it'll be fine. We have a couple of people that have already joined us today. We've got a few people. So we have. I'm going to go from the bottom up. So hello, Mark. Nice to see you.
Mark.
We've
I
also
can't type it now, but you know.
Oh, we've got Lucas Clay as well. Oh my goodness.
Lucas. Oh my goodness.
And we've got Sarah New.
Oh,
We are
love
legends.
Sarah.
We are legends. Thank you, Sarah. Oh my god, I just knocked my microphone. And we also have Ellen Holmes, who got here early, so she didn't miss it, which I thought was really nice. I'm so glad that people have appeared. That's really lovely. Hopefully, we're able to keep you company before the impending snowpocalypse. I'm sure it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Maybe.
And Ro is here. Hello. Yeah. Oh, wait, hang on. Can we do that? I've got it upside down. It's the gravity. That's awesome. Well, I mean, if you're going to be known for something, at least that's quite a wholesome thing to be known for. So, on the off chance that people watching this don't know who you are or what you do, could you tell us a little bit about your books and your sort of writing and what to expect from your work?
Sure. I am the author currently of 6 books, but I'm clearly trying. I have a death wish, and I'm going to try to publish 4 books this year to get it up to 10. So there's that. I have 3 different series. I wrote 4 epic fantasy books in the Brittany series, Protectors of Brittany.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was really kind of feeling burned out, so I figured I'd write a sci-fi book, and I did. And I wrote another sci-fi book. And 3 more sci-fi books are coming out this year. And then, because why not, I decided to add a choose-your-own-adventure type book in my Brittany world, where at least 50% of the time you die.
Amazing. Just like real life. I mean, it sounds like you're an overachiever. That's what I'm hearing from you.
No, it says clearly delusional under my name. That's more accurate.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? My eyesight is not good, and the writing is so small on my screen. I thought that said clearly something, and I was like, I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to ask.
No, I'm delusional, but you know.
Excellent. Well, you're in good company, so including the people watching this.
Ooh, look at that. Complimenting guests. We should try that sometime on our show.
I mean, there's no need to, break something that's already good.
I don't know if it's
feel
good. We've had several people say, yeah, I'd like to put your show on in the background while I'm like cleaning the kitchen or something.
People say that to me, if that helps.
And I'm like, hey, we're background noise. We're music.
Yeah, I love being background noise for people because it means that my voice isn't annoying enough for them to want to mute me, which is a compliment.
Yeah, I'm just happy. I'm like, good. So they'll watch the whole show then, and we'll get credit for them watching the whole show, and our views, view time will go up. So that's great.
Yeah. If anybody wants to just put it on loop, just hit play on the playlist. That's great. I love that. Yes, I agree, Holmes. Especially as I'm pretty sure everybody on here is a writer. We are all living in a fantasy. At all times. And Tim's here. Oh my goodness, what is going on? Hello.
Tim McKay.
Oh my goodness. All the heavy hitters are coming out tonight. So I just finished yesterday. I just finished reading Proxima Station. I'm going to show it again.
Woohoo!
Because it was so much fun. I really enjoyed it because I saw this floating around. As soon as it had been published, I just saw people holding the book up and posting pictures of it, and I was like, I don't super love sci-fi books, so I wasn't super drawn to it. I didn't know it was going to be this funny. It is really funny. It's got some elements of Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy type humor, which I really liked. And also one of the races within this universe really reminded me of the Vogons. I don't know if that was intentional or inspired by them. But yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed it. And also, so I did a little like book haul video because Mike kindly sent me a box of his books. I didn't realize these were in here. I've got a bingo card. There are guests in the book. There are guests, which was so much fun. And that was a fun game to play along with it as well. And you also included a letter. I'm going to flash it because people should get the book instead of reading mine. A very official looking letter that goes with the storyline in the book, which I loved. So what's the story between the cameos that you have in the book?
So the whole idea, and this idea did not exist in my head until April of last year, and then I published it in July. So, and I just said, you know what, I'm going to write, it's going to be a silly sci-fi, and I'm going to use my 5 dogs as templates for alien races, because they all were weird in their own way. And I'm like, these are just going to be racial traits. So, you know, the Basset Hound really got the short straw, and he's the slug-like creature, Crichton. So
I love, by the way, my favorite of the races.
So and then I was like, well, I mean, okay, if I'm going to do it, what am I going to do? And I was like, it's only going to be 10 chapters. Every book is going to be 10 chapters. It's going to be in novella, and it's going to be a little bit formulaic because the last couple chapters are going to be meet with his aunt and Tim Wolf to debrief over what he learned, and then the last one he goes to the bar and sees his friends and the aliens and whatever. I'm like, so the first one sets it up, and then so the first book, I'm like, I have 6 aliens ultimately. I have 6 humans that are there, 7 humans. I'm like, it's an ensemble cast of like 14 people, and it's like 100 and not even 140 pages. So, and I basically, the whole thing was, I was like, Anthony is just going to be thrown in the deep end and be like, oh my God, you know, just barely keeping his nose above water. And I was like, I want to do that to the reader. So, okay, he's going to meet all the aliens all at once. Like, that's Grendel, that's Buddy, that's, you know, and just, and Roe read this and he's like, you're introducing a lot of characters in a very short period of time. I'm like, yes, I'm trying to overwhelm the reader because my character is overwhelmed in its first person present tense. So, haha, I can do bad writing and get away with it. And I did the same with the humans. And so so book 1 is really just introducing everybody, and alpha readers read it and they're like, well, you know, there's really not a plot, but I like it. And I'm like, oh my God, as much as I rail about books without plots, I'm like, I have to make there be a plot here. So I had to, you know, go back like, okay, let's change this here, change this. There'll be a plot, you know, not really much of one, but, you know, at least something. But then the next 5 books, he has to go on a one-on-one adventure with each of the 5 alien races. And so those are the next 5 books, and that'll finish off the first arc, which will be 6 books. So then I had to, EL is here. Oh, no.
I just saw that. I will do my best to put each of your heckles on the screen as a thank you for being here.
So yeah, that's the basic framework for the first arc. And then I'm like, the second arc will probably be 6 books, and I'm just now getting thoughts about what it's going to be. And I'm like, well, you know, I've written 2 books now in the series, so I got time. But let's see. So actually, do you want to do the cover reveal for Jungle Planet?
Oh, hell yeah, I do. And whoever this is, thank you for joining us today.
That's my brother. Don't thank him.
Thank
You'll
you,
just
brother.
encourage him.
Too late. I've done it now.
Although he went to Catholic school too, so if you tell him you don't like him, that'll probably make him feel warm and fuzzy as well. So I don't know what to do. Just ignore him.
I don't want to get myself mixed up in all that. Thanks. Okay, so it's my pleasure to help you do a cover reveal for the next book in this series. Is everybody ready? I'm not going to wait for you guys. Are you ready, Mike?
I am ready.
Okay, awesome. This cover is sick. That is so cool.
And make sure you read what's on the back cover, because I might just keep that.
I did see that. I thought it was so funny. I was like, did he mean to send me that? And then I read all the way to the end. I was like, that's funny. I love that very much.
Yeah.
Oh, and also Rowdy is here. Hello, Rowdy. How you doing?
Hey.
Oh, Darla for life. Excellent.
Yeah.
So Jungle Planet. So this is due to come out in, did you say February, March time?
Yes.
Oh, it's very exciting.
So I did a really, really dumb thing. I sent it to the proofreader. I got it back. I accepted all the changes. And then I just like, let me just read it one last time. And I was like, oh God, I used that word twice in 2 consecutive sentences. Let me just change that. Let me change this. And I'm like, well, I'm halfway through chapter 2. I've been making changes in the text the whole time. If there's things that I do poorly, it's grammar and spelling. I'm like, so now I'm going to have to get another proofreader because I'm changing the text after the proofreader.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it'll be February or March now because I have to finish my edits and then send it to yet another proofreader.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully I'll leave it alone. But yeah, this is coming out. I will tell you this creature on the front.
Mm-hmm.
This actually lived on Earth 450 million years ago.
Is it like a leech?
It was a worm.
Okay.
And it was like 2 inches long. And I said, let's make it, 60 feet. It really looked scary then. And of course, they don't know if it has teeth or not. So I just told Dimitri, my cover artist, give it 2 rows of teeth because apparently that's scary to me. I always give creatures 2 rows of teeth.
Yes, you have a teeth thing in your descriptions of creepy things. Already getting some love for the cover, which is awesome. It's really cool. I love the composition of it. I love a wraparound cover. They are my favorite types of cover. So is this expected to be a creepy book, a scary book? Is it going to be still into the sort of sci-fi comedy sort of genre?
It's still light, still comedy.
Cool.
Basically, this is like a day in the life of Mike. Because everyone he goes down to the planet was like, oh, look at that deadly thing. Let's go pet it. And he's like, no, stop. And so it's like, every frustration that I have with people, like, why would they do that? That doesn't make sense. That is what the main character is experiencing, is a day in the life of Mike, basically. So if you'd like to, psychoanalyze me, then, well, 1, you need better hobbies. But 2, you will clearly be able to, because he's just like, no, oh, God. And that's pretty much the whole book.
Fantastic. That sounds like a riot. So is it going to be a similar length to the first one?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Like within 400 words.
Oh, fab. Okay.
So, which was not exactly, I didn't try, but
I imagine so. You do have I love your sense of humor, and it really comes across. Oh, everybody's come out for you today, Mike. Isn't that so nice? Hi, John.
The mayor of Orc City is here.
I know.
Wow.
What an honor. I don't know if we're supposed to do a battle cry or something. I don't know. I anticipate that this is going to be very fun, and I'm really looking, now that I know that it's 6 books in this series, in this arc. I'm really looking forward to each installment because they're bite-sized, but they're not like throwaway bite-sized. You've got enough in there to keep it interesting and it's like worth reading. But it doesn't. One of the things that I struggle with, and I think you find the same with like sci-fi and fantasy, when it's really, really long, it doesn't keep my attention for very long. Whether that's a weakness of mine, I have no idea. But yeah, I find it much easier to digest when it's in bite-sized chunks like this. Yeah, works for me.
So I will tell you that I planned ahead for once. So for all these books, I'm getting my cover artist to do like 3 scenes from the book. And once I get all 6 out, I'm going to have it as a big compendium, and I'm going to add all the artwork to it. And yeah, nice. So it'll be like 900 pages because it'll be 6 novellas all in one. So, people will tell me that I wrote a book over 500 pages, but, I don't care. Just buy the book first. Then you can say whatever you want.
Exactly. You can like it. You can not like it. Just get the book. Have it in your hands.
Ro always tells people, it's like, if you want to burn my book, great. Contact me. I'll give you a discount. You can buy hundreds. Have a really big bonfire.
That's really not a terrible idea. I mean, I don't encourage book burning because I think that's terrible. But, you got to go with where the market is, and if that's where the market is, I don't think that'll work. But yeah, this cover is sick.
So if there's ever an arsonist convention or whatever, I want to go there. I have a pitch for them.
A pitch and some kindling.
I'll even throw in a lighter.
Oh, is it any takers? Any takers for Rose book for about Bonfire? Where can they contact you? Is it Twitter? Let us know. We'll put you in touch with anyone that has.
This would be one benefit of writing a really long book, though, because if you get Proxima Station, which is really thin, and yes, I have to show it again for Roe. You'd have to get a lot for the Bonfire, but if you have a really thick book, you don't need to buy as many. So
That's true.
There's one selling point. See, I try to be helpful even to the people who write silly long books.
I don't know if I'd call them silly because I know there's a group of people that like longer books, but I look at them and I think I don't want to start that because the commitment that is required from me, attention-wise, time-wise, that if it's not good, then I'll feel bad about wasting all of that paper. I'm not going to read.
So, can I do another reveal here?
Please do.
The most wonderful person who you probably should interview because it'll break the internet, Palmer Pickering.
Okay.
She read my Haley Traveler and she's like, "Hey, Mike, I proofread it because you had some mistakes." I'm like, "Well, of course, it's me." So anyway, she after she sent it back to me, after she went through the entire book and marked all crazy. She's like, "Mike, would you consider reading Heliotrope, which is 780 pages, I think?" And I'm like, I can't say no. So I'm reading that. I'm listening to it. I have like 2 hours left before I finish it. So I will have read a book over 500 pages this year.
Wow.
I'm not happy about it. But I mean, it's really well written. And I mean, me, it's like, oh, he got stabbed in the heart and died. Whereas Palmer's like, the blade went in this angle, it hit here, the blood spurt is this, and it's much more detailed. Whereas I'm like, oh, it's just a plot point. He's dead. Next, move on. And whereas she takes the time to really, visually set the scene. I'm like, I don't do that. This is wonderful. I see why it was his fifth Bo semifinalist.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like, but it's also been really long.
How long have you been listening to it for?
It's 23 hours, I think.
Oh, bloody hell.
I will say the highest thing I can say about a book, and it's true for Palmer's, is that I hate when I read a book and I'm like, oh my God, I know this is going to happen next. This is going to happen. Oh, okay. So they met this person. They're going to find this, midway through, and I can just, predict everything. I know how it kind of has to end just because of the way the story is, but I'm like, I don't know how they get there. I have no idea. And I'm like, if you can keep me guessing, I mean, you've done marvelous. So absolutely, A++, although thank God it's a standalone. Because I mean, it is really wonderful, but God, I would not. I mean, if this was like the first book of Wheel of Time, and I knew I had 14 more to go, oh my God.
You'd have to just pick that one series for the rest of your life.
I mean, I would. There's a reason why I never started Wheel of Time. Like another one came out. How many are there?
I've not touched them.
15 books, and they're all like 1,000 pages.
No.
So yeah.
No, thank you. So you wanted to do another reveal?
Yeah. So this is coming out in February, March.
Okay.
And then for those who are familiar with Choose Your Own Adventure books, I've had 3 people now, actually 3 fans, which is surprising, who said, when are you going to go back to Pertani? Because I have to write book 5 in that series. And so this is me dipping my toe and reminding myself what the world is like. So this is a Choose Your Own Adventure, which is trademarked. So therefore, this is a Determine Your Fate book. Nice. Coletto Forest. Coletto Forest is at the border between the humans and the centaurs. Centaurs shoot people on sight. The forest is technically in human land, but the centaurs are going in. So you are a person set on patrol. And they're like, yeah, well, if you survive, then, tell us about this. If you see centaurs, shoot to kill because they'll shoot to kill you. Go. And so they kind of, you're like a throwaway, cannon fodder. And so that's the spirit of the book. It's not a good world. I mean, EL would probably be grinning and laughing because this is what, he would love it. But, everyone else who wants to actually stay alive would, yeah.
Excellent. So in writing this, did you have any trouble composing it and giving the options? And did you have to keep yourself organized, or is it chaos?
So the reason why I did this is like 3 years ago, I met an author, and he's told me, he said, "Yeah, I have three of these. Choose your own adventure." He calls them "Pick Your Path."
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "I will sell maybe two of these books total on Amazon for the year." He goes, "But
Mm-hmm.
I don't care how many I bring to Comic Cons. I cannot keep them on my table."
Really?
So the light went off. I was like, "Hey, wait, you sell these things like hotcakes?" I was like, "Maybe I should do that." So I started a couple years ago, and I was like, the first one you have choice A, B, or C.
Mhm.
And then I was like, okay, so choice A1, A2, choice B1, B2, choice C1, C2, and I'd go back, and I was trying to keep all these straight in my head, and they kept like multiplying more and more paths, and I just gave up because it was just way too much.
Mm.
So now I started again. I was like, you know what? Let's just do A. Let's do the whole tree,
Mhm.
and I absolutely love this. The chemist in me loves this. The first
Mhm.
draft is in Excel.
That's fabulous.
So because I'm like, okay, just A, A1, A2,
Mhm.
just went through, and it just made sense. Put it there where I can do it in columns.
Mhm.
And I did B, and then I did C, and I've transferred now a third of it from into Word, so I actually have it, like written in whole sentences now.
Mhm.
But what part of England are you from, Saffron?
I am from the southeast, so near Canterbury, that sort of area.
Ah, okay. Well, then that doesn't help me. That's like the one part of England they never go.
I mean, I've been to other parts of England. If you want to talk about those.
Well, I mean, the Coletto Forest is right on the River Tweed, up near the Scotland border.
Oh yeah, super north.
Yeah, and I started writing. I was like, and you walk around a thicket and you see centaurs. You walk around a thicket. I'm like, perhaps I should find out what grows in this area of. So I actually just did like an 8-page deep dive into what are the trees, what are the animals in the forest. So instead of you go around a thicket, you go around a hedge. Oh wait, what's another word I can use? So I'm actually like trying to actually describe the animals and the plants. So that'll take me a little, but yeah, it's up there. And that's like my favorite part is when you like can get like stuff that like exists really, like Becoming a Druid. On the cover of Becoming a Druid, he is standing on Stonehenge.
That's cool.
And yeah, so all the cities he goes to were Celtic cities 2,000 years ago in Britain, and I tried to find their Celtic names and all that. So they're all real places. And I mean, to me, I'm like, no one else will care but me. But yeah, and Coletto is north of York.
Okay.
It is up almost, I mean, just south of Edinburgh, wherever the Holy Isle, I guess, is up there. The River Tweed. And plus the River Tweed. I just like that. It just I smile every time. The River Tweed. It's the Tweed River.
It's a lovely name for a river.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. This was from a couple of minutes ago. Will we be getting a romance from you?
No, and he's going to talk about chapter 18 next, but no.
Okay. And we've also had EL work out how you'll appear in The Price of a Bleeding Heart. I love the idea that you might have an evil cousin named Michelle. I think that's a great idea.
So I did put EL in my Haley Traveler book. He was a lovesick spaceship captain whose girlfriend sent him a Dear John email, and he was so upset that he just stopped the ship. He locked the cockpits so nobody could get in. He just let everyone starve, and the ship floated in space. So he's a lovesick captain who has no gumption whatsoever and just let everyone die. And so then, because I did that, he's decided to start killing me over and over again in his books.
That is such a good thing about being a writer, because you can commit all the heinous things that you want to do in real life, and nobody can do anything about it. And some people might even enjoy it. You do have an evil cousin apparently named Debbie.
I'm not going to say anything. I understand where he's coming from, but just discretion is the better part of valor.
Debbie, if you are evil, please know that wasn't me that said that.
No, that was Danny. Danny said that.
Classic Danny. So, okay, there are a couple more comments that I want to go through. The first one is, you brought it up. What about chapter 18? I want to know about this.
Okay, so I'm trying to do it right, which is why I'm going to pay for another proofreader for Proxima 2.
Okay.
But for the Haley Traveler, Chris Haley is the main character. He's 17 years old. His father gets killed pretty early, and he has to figure out how to live his life on his own. And then he also wants to figure out his dad's murder, because why not? He's 17. That should be easy. So what are 17-year-olds most interested in? So he stops the ship, and he's like, tonight is the night. And I do have to give my brother credit, which I hate to do. But I told him, I was like, Dan, he's going to a strip club on Mars. I have to come up with some sort of name. I got nothing. What could it be? And just without missing a beat, he goes, oh, the Zero G spot.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
So I was like, okay. So he goes to the Zero G spot, and he's like, tonight's the night. I'm going to become a man. And he's 17 and he's stupid. So, I mean, he starts with like, can I see a menu? Can I see the prices? There's no prices here. Are there coupons, at the strip club? And it just, anything could go wrong does. And after I finished, I told Ro, I was like, God, I hate this chapter. I don't ever want to read. It's so uncomfortable just to even read. I want to delete it all. And Ro's like, no, because there is personal growth at the end. You need to have this. I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to shorten it then. So apparently I copied the chapter because it was late in the process. I didn't want to lose it. So I copied it. So I had 2 chapter 18s. I'm like, I'm going to change this one. And if I don't like it, I'll have the original. I can just, delete this and go back. I changed it, and then I went and did something else. And by the time I came back, I forgot. And I was like, oh, I have 2 chapter 18s. We'll just make this chapter 19. So I have the exact same chapter. The most uncomfortable chapter I will ever write in my life is in there twice in a row. Word for word, the same. And I finally got rid of the last of those books. So I will never, ever admit to it again, except for the couple hundred people who have it.
And anyone that watches this.
So, and I told Kristen, the book hermit, about this. She's like, oh my God, I'm bringing it. You have to sign chapter 18 for me. And I'm like, I don't want to admit that it happened. She's like, no, you have to. So, yeah.
That is a better story than I expected. I'm very pleased that that's how that went.
So that is as close as to romance as you're ever going to get. I'm never writing anything that horrible again. I promise.
Oh, goodness. Going back to the plant research, because I don't want to go past this one.
Yep.
So it is such a rabbit hole. Ellen Holmes had to figure out what trees have thorns in England for the pirate queens, and loves the choose your own adventure idea. I can imagine that, because I'm working on 2 books at the moment, and one of them I've set in the 80s in California, and I was doing all this research to make sure that it was correct, and I was like, spending hours and hours and hours and hours and hours researching really specific niche things, and I thought, I don't actually enjoy this at all. So I decided to change the name of the place and pretend like everything is made up, because I can't be bothered.
Oh, see, if I could just research and not have to actually write, oh my God, that'd be wonderful.
Should we team up? I'll say, Mike, find out all these really, really specific things, and I'll write the book.
I mean, becoming a druid, for every chapter I put, he has to finish by Samhain, and I actually did enough research to know it's Samhain and not Samhain. And so then I was like, every chapter's like 63 days to go, and so I was like, yeah, I'm going to do this. Will be neat. I'll put it every chapter, and then because I went down the rabbit hole, I was like, oh, well, the Celts, the new day started when the sun set. So are they eating dinner? Is the sun up? Because that'll change the day. So I'm like, I spent so much time getting the dates, and then I of course had to use the Celtic calendar, which is lunar, so there's 30 days, and then I was like, oh wait, it's a new month. Wait, is it the new moon or is it the full moon cycle? And I did all this work for every chapter. I have not had a single person. I've had over 400 reviews now between Goodreads and Amazon. Not a single person has mentioned, "Oh, he went to a lot of work for get the calendar date right at the start of every chapter." I spent days on that.
But
I mean,
you did it.
and I don't know. They're eating dinner. I mean, I literally like, okay, well, in October, what time will the sun set in Bath, England? Because I had to know what day this is.
I mean, at least you can be proud of the work that you've done, even if it is like an unsung hero of your work. So one of the questions I wanted to ask you, so you've got a chemistry background.
Yep.
And obviously writing sci-fi, there was like a little mention of chemistry for like a brief fleeting moment in this chemistry cupboard or this chemistry room, or can't remember exactly what it was, within Proxima Station. Are we going to get more of that? Because I felt like you were like tickling almost, you were going to give a little bit of info about your background and then it went away. And I was like, no, I thought we were going to get some cool chemistry stuff.
So I was like, well, here's how you make nitroglycerin. I know how to do it. So I was like, well, they can't just call it glycerin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, that's boring. So then I had to look up what was it called back in the 1600s, and that's why it's sweet hydrasate of what. And I'm like, okay, sure, whatever. And they're like, well, in the treatise on this in 1741, clear, and I love that my character is social sciences. He knows no hard science whatsoever, and he's like, okay, sure, over my head. So I really, I like. It's almost like MacGyver, the guy who did MacGyver. When he's next show he's on, he's like, yeah, I want to play this character like he's stupid because I just did MacGyver for 10 years. So, and I was like, you know what? I want this guy who understands no science because one, it's a lot easier to write if your main character doesn't understand.
Yeah.
I mean, this is why Chris Haley is 17 years old, because I'm like, then I don't have to explain space travel in any sort of detail because he's 17. So yeah, it's hard to say. I just had a thought driving home the other day. I was like, you know what? I think that Dingo is going to get a mohawk.
Oh, brilliant.
Just because. So I was like, okay, well, if he has a mohawk, what am I going to do to, because I have to make this play. So going through, it'll have to come into play sooner or later, somehow, some way. So in book 3, I will tell you the chapter or the book for chapter 3 in the series is Area 51 Audit.
Oh, amazing.
And Crichton is going to Area 51 to audit them. And
I'm so excited. When it was in the first book, I was like, we better get this. We better get the plot.
So Dingo is going to go along and have a mohawk. So I'm like, do I give him sunburn? What happens if an alien gets sunburn? What happens? I mean, does he get like tendril growth out of? I'm like, I don't know. Now, I'm like, but I have to do. If he's getting a mohawk, it can't just be a mohawk. Something silly has to happen. So I'm open to ideas. I haven't written it yet.
Maybe you should have it as part of your creature creation stuff. Like start off with him with the mohawk, and then have all the different things and have people pick it for you.
He is also going to leave Earth with a pet Gila monster.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah, it's if you think it's ridiculous now.
Oh, I have no doubt that it's going to get far more ridiculous. And there was a bird, you might remember, there was a bird mentioned in this book that I had to look up that I didn't know I knew when they were describing a cassowary.
Oh, yeah.
I did not realize that I knew what that was. And I was like, what the hell is that? That can't be a real thing because it sounds alien. And I looked it up.
It's Australian, yeah. It's alien.
They got all the freaky stuff there. It's like some weird, like emu peacock thing. It's very cool. But it perfectly described what you were describing, so I love that very much. I don't know if this has any significance, but tendril growth is a horrible phrase, and I personally hope that that's not the case, because that makes me feel very deeply uncomfortable. Makes me think of mushrooms, although they're not tendrily.
No, I mean, who knows? It can be anything. It can be corkscrews,
Oh yeah, they could be very springy. They can be very springy. I'm just going to answer a question from EL. The books that I have stylishly presented are Matt Falcon's books. I'm not going to give him the airtime because he could do it on his own show. But these are books that I printed. And in terms of the stuff on the wall, I am not in a restaurant office, although I was a chef for many years and I love food. And these are by my favorite artist, whose name escapes me because I'm put on the spot. Which is really terrible. My mind is just terrible. The Open Oath is what her art is advertised under, in case anybody cared about that. Okay.
Well, I have to know, what kind of food did you cook?
All sorts. A bunch of different stuff. No, I was. I'll give you the abridged version because this is about you, not about me. I started off at like 16 years old. I went to catering school, and then I worked in a cafe where we used to like bake things like cakes and scones and all sorts of stuff like that. We used to make all our food from scratch. And then I worked at an events venue. I largely did event stuff, so like weddings, and we did a lot of dinners for the Masons and things like that. So I spent a bit of time in a restaurant and I absolutely hated it. It was one of the worst jobs I've had, and the pay was terrible. So I decided I didn't want to do that anymore. And then I started training chefs, which was a lot of fun. But food is one of my favorite things. I love to eat food.
So if I can, just for Rod's question, if I zoom out a little, you see there's Mordor.
Yes.
So as I always say, dress for the job you want. So.
Yes. I mean, do you want to be a hobbit? Like, what's your deal?
No, I want to be Sauron.
That doesn't surprise me. Although I wonder what happens if you got like an itchy eye. That will be a struggle, wouldn't it? Think about it, Mike.
Wow, the things that Tolkien doesn't talk about.
I know, right? He spends all that time describing stuff. These are the real questions.
Well, that's when they have to throw orcs at him and try to hit the spot that itches.
Yeah.
And then they just burn up once they come in contact. Yeah.
Yeah.
But just have minions that you can be thrown.
Yeah. I think we all need to have minions that we can throw.
So I just read an article today. There's a mushroom in China that when people, if they cook it, but if you don't let it sit for 15 minutes, when people eat it, they all have the same hallucination. They all see like 6-inch people walking all around them, like on their plates and climbing up their clothes. And I'm like, what is this, and why have I not heard of this before? So
I'm waiting for a punchline.
No. I'm like, I have to use this in one of my books. So one of the aliens is going to have a mushroom that my main character is going to eat. And he's going to see like 6-inch Crichtons and buddies walking for the rest of the time and not know which real, and like, is that a Dotson or is that a 6-inch, creature?
I'm gonna look that up.
It just saw it.
Yes, so. Chefs are a special breed. We're all weird and we all have some sort of addiction. Are you reversed?
Am I? Oh, probably.
I don't know. You're quite a symmetrical person, so I don't know. I'm not sure I can tell.
Yes, I am reversed, Ro.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Because when we do our normal show, I'm always like, well, this book, oh, wait, no, it's over here, but now it's actually, when I do my hand up, it actually goes to the right spot. So.
Oh, nice.
So it's backwards from what Rose used to seeing.
Oh, okay. Are you presenting in a mirror?
I just like to stare at the mirror because, who doesn't want to gaze at this?
Right.
I even said that with a straight face.
That was pretty good.
Thank
you. You could have just moved on from that and everyone would have believed you.
Well, if not, I just lower my head and blind everybody, so.
You can't say things like that in front of me. I can't stop laughing. So I'm going to move on before I make a tit out of myself. So you do a lot of in-person events.
Yes.
You sell your books and you also sell the books of other, I think they're indie authors that you put on your table, right? So how did that start and why did you include other people in your endeavors?
So just 13, 14 months ago in December of 24, I did Steel City Con with James Maxey, who is an author. He's been writing for 30 years,
Mhm.
has 30 books. As he
Wow.
says, he's not prolific. He's just old. But and I sat there and we did the show, and I'm like, well, I sold like $800, which okay. He's like, well, I sold 2,000. I'm like, well, he has 30 books and I have 5, so
Mm.
I was like, man, to really make this Comic Con work, you have to have more. You have to have a lot of books like that, so you have in more entry
Mm.
ways. And I was like, it's going to take me forever because I got the dreaded day job and everything. And so I was like, how can I get to like 30 books? And I was like, I know, I can sell other people's books. So then when we went the second time, I did the event in April last year with James.
Mhm.
He was like, "Oh, I don't know what's going on. God, this is the worst I've had ever. I'm only like 1,300. I've never not hit 1,500." He's like, "What are you at, Mike?" I'm like, "I'm at 1,320."
That's
And so
amazing.
and you're not competing against each other, but if we're going to keep score, there's going to be some interest there. And then he sold his $100 edition compendium with all his artwork in it,
Mhm.
which is where I got my idea for Proxima
Mhm.
Station. And then he sold 8 hardbacks, and then he ended up with like 1,600 and trounced me. But I was like, yeah, this really works. And he
Mm.
told me, he goes, I thought this was the dumbest thing when you said you were going to do this, but now I think I understand. He goes, how much more
Mm.
did you make? And I was like, I made 1,300 as opposed to 800 last time. He's like,
Mm.
okay. So then last year I spent over $3,500 buying people's books,
Mhm.
and I bought way too many because at one point I had 92 titles on my table,
Wow.
and trying to pitch 92 different titles.
Mhm.
So this year I've focused it down. I'm going to do less, but the books that I have sold, and
Mhm.
I've had be like, hey, I sold your 5, send me more. You
Mhm.
know, I'm going to try to send those I know I have a good pitch for. I mean,
Mhm.
there's some great books. I can for Wistful Ascending by Joe Byrne,
Mhm.
love it. I mean, one of my top 10 favorite books of all time.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
could not sell that book for anything until
Really?
late the end of last year. Then I sold like 3, and
Mm.
I kept trying and trying, and no one would get it. No one would get it. I was like, maybe I shouldn't tell people that there's puns all over the place and dad jokes. Maybe they don't. I shouldn't tell them that. Maybe I should tell them it's a space opera, superhero space opera. Maybe I should do that instead. So it's not like the books are bad. It's just I have to be able to pitch it, and if I haven't read it, then it's really hard.
Mm.
If I have read, I'm like, my book reviews are like, it's more gooder than I thought. So I'm like, I have to be articulate. Wait, I can't describe my books. So, but yeah, it does actually work. I figure I'm selling 30 to 40% more because of it.
That's cool. That's
I mean,
very
I'm selling a few less of my books, but I'm
cool.
selling way more overall. So
Mhm.
it makes the whole Comic Con more palatable, and actually you can hope to make money on it.
Oh, for sure, especially with the
So,
setup costs and the paying for the table, I imagine, and the travel and all that sort of stuff.
yep. And the other thing I learned from James is that share the table with another author.
Mm.
You're not competing against each other, because as soon as they're done talking, I'm like, and James has 30 awesome books. Talk to him,
Mm.
and you just throw them back in. It's multiplicative. It's not subtraction to have another author at your table, and
Mhm.
that's one another thing I learned.
Mhm.
So I'm trying to do that this year, and I'm partnering with a bunch of different people with different events.
That's
So,
cool.
but yeah, spam callers.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah. So Comic Cons, you have to be willing to stand there for 40 minutes going, I'm not looking desperate, someone's going to come talk to me, I'm not desperate, I'm not on my phone playing video. You have to just be so I mean, it takes that,
Mhm.
because if you're just on your phone the whole time, then now they have to, not only do they want to buy your book, but they have to be high enough that they want to interrupt you. And
Mm.
so you have to, I always say, if you're not standing, you're not selling.
Yeah.
But then I know several authors who are very pretty, female, and young,
Mhm.
and they could be hiding under the table and people would still come talk to them. I don't have any of those advantages, so I have to try to just not scare kids. um
I have to do that all the time. It's a hassle. And you are going to be sharing a table with Ellen Holmes.
Yes, and Laura Huey in Cincinnati. Cannot wait.
When is that? What month?
That is in September.
Oh, fun.
And I'm going to be at Coastal Con with, oh God, I can't think of his name because, of course, I can't. Nick Fuller. And Mike Roberti is going to be there for the first day, and I'm trying to get Dave Dobson to show up for the second, since Mike can only make it one day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to do an event with Molly McCobb.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, trying to pair up with different people. EL and I are going to do Steel City Con together.
Oh, that's nice.
I told him, I said, I think he'd be great with, talking to people. He's like, you're just saying that because I talk a lot, aren't you? Like, yes. And then you're like, okay, now go talk to Mike. He'll say way less words and still sell you books.
No, it is super important to be present. I used to do, when I was a kid, I used to do markets with my mum. And it's kind of like you have a bunch of things like, I don't know, furniture or pottery and things like that. You try and sell it at various markety things. It's kind of like a convention, but like outdoors usually. And it's really hard to not just be like, I'm going to just sit down on the ground and do nothing because, there's 20 minutes between people coming to your stall or whatever. Have you tried juggling or something similar?
I know if I juggled, I'd end up hitting people.
I get their attention.
Well, that's true. I mean, I thought about just taking my book and just throwing them at random people as they walk by.
Covers, Mike.
And be like, hey, you got to pay for that.
They're so pointy. Please don't do that.
And EL says he will scare children, and that's before they open his book and read it, because if they read it, they'll be scarred for life.
My favorite kind of books.
He's very dark.
I have the longest TBR list because of this show, and it's totally my fault. And he is on my list. He's absolutely on my list. But I'm just like wading through mud at the moment. Not in a bad way. I'm not saying that the books are mud, but it's the piles of the books are the challenge for me, not the books themselves.
I just want to give you a little friendly advice.
Yeah.
EL is in Texas also, so whatever you do, don't tell him where you live, or you're going to have a stack of, I think he's up to 14 books he's published now in the past 4 months. I don't know. That's a little bit of exaggeration, but not much. You will find them all on your doorstep if he finds out, so.
Well, I do intend on buying things. I'm not very dark. I'm very violent. Was it supposed to be or was it like a caveman type of violence that you got going on?
I'm sharing a table for 3 days with him now. I'm a little scared.
Just let him scare the kids. I had a show. This was like the second or third show that I recorded of this over a year ago. And the author was describing how they would go to like cons and they would have candy out. And I said, is that to lure in the children? But what I meant was, like, you get the children to come over and then the parents with the money come along and then they want to buy the books. But the way I said it, I had to cut it out because it just looked really creepy.
So what I do to lure children over is that I have little metal swords about yay tall that I give out as bookmarks.
Oh, I love that.
And when, like, especially the boys be like, oh my God, swords. And 3 times now, I'm like, listen, if you go tell your mom you want a sword, she's going to tell you no. But if you buy this middle grade book, The Tenacious Tales of Tana the Tender Sword, you get a book for free, and then you get credit for wanting a book from your mom, who will happily buy it because you'll get the sword for free, and she'll never know. And they're like, oh my God, I'm going to fool mom. And the mom's like, yeah, I'll buy the book. You're reading the book, right? Absolutely. I'm like, kid, you don't know. You just got outsmarted by 2 adults, but hey, here you go.
Triple M, Mike Mollman manipulates children. You're teaching them valuable lessons.
And when they're like telling their mom, and the mom's like looking like, oh, okay, and then they look at me, and the mom just looks at me and smiles. And I'm like, oh, look away. Don't start laughing. Don't let the kid know that he's not as smart as he thinks he is. Uh, wait until he gets out in the real world to find out that he's not anywhere near as smart as he thinks he is.
The real world is the worst bit.
Yeah. Yeah, if I had to put up with it, then, he has to too eventually.
Yeah, eventually. But then we have books. And we can pretend to not be in the real world for a portion of time. Hello, Timothy. I don't know how many Tims are in the chat now. I don't know if you're a Tim or a Timothy. Apologies if it's not Tim.
Can I give you just a little helpful advice?
Yeah.
We did our intimidation time where we had 4 different Tim authors on at the same time. No, Timothy Noda was not, and I've had 2 other Tims like, hey, do it again, and I'll be on. Like, the Tims are taking over the world.
There were so many Tims.
There are so many. I asked, what do you call a group of Tims? I'm going with a shamble.
Oh yeah.
I think a shamble of Tims is.
Yeah.
But Ro last night goes, we need to have another Tim show. I'm like, there's so many. I'm like, and he's like, well, I have a brother Tim. I'm like, so do I. So you're saying the world is in shambles?
It is. But I don't blame the Tims. I feel like the Council of Tim convening and dominating the world might actually fix things. That is my assumption and my hope. So long live the Tims. I think is my sentiment. So Trinity, you've succumbed to reading 5 books at once. It's hard. And you'll probably find, because I have like 10 or 12 or something like that at the moment, and I try and read sort of in order of people's shows that I have, and I'll give myself, if it's an ebook, I'll give myself a percentage to read, and then once I finish that percentage, I close it and I start another one. So I read like 3 or 4 different books in a night time, which is only good if you have a brain which is full of spaghetti. And if you don't have spaghetti brain, then it won't work. Good luck on your journey of 5 books. And EL has 9 books, 3 written, and 1 in the hopper. I don't know what that means. The hopper is a coffee thing?
It's coming soon.
Oh, okay. Is it a phrase?
That's the one he's working on now with Michelle Mollman.
Oh, nice. Excellent. There may well be a law. There are laws, I think, in England where you can't advertise like junk food to kids, but I am doubtful that's a thing here. I don't know about I think false advertising in general is not legal.
No, that wasn't false. They got their sword. They just didn't realize they're going to have to read a 250-page book then. And I don't have to deal with it.
You might be opening up a can of worms for kids, and they may not ever know that they loved reading until they read that book. So I think it's a good idea. I don't know whose book this is.
Oh, that is EL's book.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, look at people in the chat checking out their books. Ugh,
and that was a finalist last year in Sphinx.
Oh my goodness! All these esteemed people hanging out. I know. Hear myself.
They talk to me. I don't know why.
Why did you pick melon?
I saw that and I was like, huh.
I want an answer.
I basically envision the Tims as being like flies. If you have fresh melon, you'll attract flies.
Let's go with that.
But my oldest brother is named Tim, so it just might be animosity that I'm transferring. I'm not sure.
It might be, yeah. Oh, and it also, there you go, EL. You've got somebody else putting you on their TBR. That's awesome.
Oh, Rod, don't do it. He puts out every other month. You'll never catch up. Just your EL TBR will be endless.
I mean, you've got to keep yourself busy in this apocalypse.
And they're all really good books. So, it's not like you can skip them.
Oh, that's a really nice compliment. He just called you a melon, so I mean, it's very nice to be complimentary of its work.
Usually they're 4-letter words I get described with, so
It's nice that he's behaving himself then. Okay, spaghetti brain. Well, you'll be fine then, Trinity. I find that I can do several different things at once, but if anybody interrupts me during those 17 things that I'm doing, it enrages me. So make sure that you have a quiet room if you're gonna go through a stack of books like that. We have a Womble question from Sarah. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen these.
I have not. I was going to ask, what is a womble?
I was supposed to get an image of a Womble, in which case I'm going to do that now because I should have done that before. So I'm going to find you a picture of a Womble, and I'm going to show you, and then I'll show you the question that Sarah had. This is the fun part of the show where I'm just looking at Google. What a riveting watch. What a riveting watch this is for you all.
You know, what you should do is you should share your Google search history while you're doing this.
Oh, hell no. You don't need to see it there. Thank you very much. Let me see if I can see you a couple. Okay. We've got Wombles, Restream, Danny DeVito, Canva, and
Sarah sent you Womble pictures.
Oh, sorry.
Sarah says she sent you Womble pics. So
I can't log on to anything else while I'm doing this, Sarah. I've got to go with Google, and I'm trying to find a high-res picture, and it's not working. Just give me a second. Okay. God, this is making me sweat. Okay, we'll just have to go onto the Wombles wiki, and I'll share my screen. This is going to be risky. I'm going to do something really risky here and share my screen, and we're going to see what happens.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Open system settings. No. Okay, that's not going to work. Because it's going to shut down this thing. Okay, I'm just going to tell you to Google Wombles, Mike. I can't do this. It's too much.
Well, I can tell you that Wombles did, in fact, exist in sci-fi until they had the genocidal war with the Weebles, and they lost. So the Weebles beat the Wombles. So, and now they all fell down.
That was really rough. It is the Wombles of Wimbledon row. So these creatures, they have long faces. I'm going to describe it to you. They have long pizza-shaped faces, and they go around collecting recycling and trash from the streets of Wimbledon. So you already answered Sarah's question, but this was the question if anybody missed it.
Sadly, they're no longer with us.
That's okay. That's all right. They've got a good legacy.
Yes.
I really need to I keep saying I'm going to get these Womble pictures, and I keep forgetting because it's not. As soon as the show ends, I shut down and I become somebody else. I stare at the wall. I lay down and stare at the ceiling. There's lots of staring going on in my life when I'm not doing this. I've got to wind down somehow.
You know, if you want to be really entertaining, just start dead-eyed staring at other people and see how uncomfortable they get, and just be like,
oh, I don't know if I could do that.
But then you can't smile because that ruins the whole thing. Or if you do just a little bit of a smile, just so they're like, what is he thinking, or what are they thinking? That could work. But you gotta try to make people feel uncomfortable. That's what I try to do.
Well, we live with in the same house as my sister-in-law, and she's got a home office, and it's usually got the door open. So when she's concentrating, I'll poke my head around the corner and I'll do this until she laughs, and then I walk away. I don't say anything. Wombles are hairless moles in English birds. That's how I'm going to describe them now. And yes, the Wombles are always with us in our hearts. R.I.P. Wombles. Hope you're doing well wherever you are. Oh yeah, you can go with the cackle and the stare. Love that very much. Also, I did miss a comment from Timothy that really made me chuckle internally. This was really delayed. We might be esteemed or just steamed. For a split moment, I thought of steamed vegetables, not being drunk. And I thought, what a strange cooked Timothy would that look like? I don't know.
Timothy broccoli.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh. What an image.
Well, since he has less hair than me, that I just figured I would give him something up top.
I think broccoli would be a very good reference for a hairstyle?
I think it needs to come. I would say back, but I don't know that it ever was.
We need to bring broccoli hair back.
Yeah. I mean, and all the things they did in the 80s when I was growing up, they never did broccoli hair. I mean, they did the bang fang. There's lots of hair farmers.
What?
Hair farmers. There's a lot of hair, big hair. I mean, the girls were taller than the guys with 8 inches of bang fang they had.
I really considered getting a mullet. I got my hair cut the other day, and I was so close. I might try it next time because I feel like I've got the glasses. I feel like a mullet is just the next step towards me looking like a serial killer, maybe from the 80s.
Are you going to have a white van?
I wish. I'll tell you what I want. I don't know what it's called. But you know those like old school station wagons that have like the wood paneling on the side?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Love them. I love them very much. I am a huge fan of terrible 80s things like that. There's lots of stuff going on with the broccoli here. Thank you, Mike, for the vegetative substitute for hair.
That's what I'm here for.
Yeah. You could trim off a bunch of broccoli and glue. They do wig glue. Will probably work. Yeah. And I've never seen VeggieTales. I've got to admit something there. I don't know what it is, apart from talking vegetables.
I'm much too old, so I have not seen it either.
Oh, okay. That makes me feel better. I think Ellen Holmes is departing. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm glad that you were here.
Yep.
I don't think it's a Winnebago because that's like an RV.
Yep.
Isn't it? I don't know.
Yes.
I'm British. I don't know what I'm talking about. No, I'm talking about like the low down, stretched out sedans with the arse on it. I don't know.
Station wagons?
Yeah, I was right. Okay, I thought I said the wrong thing.
Usually nice green with the fake wood panels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Natural looking, all metal.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One with the woods. Mushroom. Oh, hang on. I thought you were talking about lion's mane mushrooms instead of hair, and I was really confused, and I didn't know where you were going to go with it. I don't know what any of those things mean. I feel that I'm too young.
I will tell you that a classmate of mine in high school, he got one of those green station wagons with a wood panel, and he had the roof cut off and put a convertible top on it. Oh. So he had a convertible station wagon.
Oh, that's amazing.
He called it the snagging wagon.
Oh, I love that. That sounds so creepy.
Well,
so creepy. Oh dear. I don't know what that is either. People keep saying things that I don't know in the chat.
Studebakers were cars like in the 50s.
Okay.
So none of us here were alive then.
That we know of. Unless somebody's aged very well. I'm not one of them. Definitely not one of them. Okay, now we're all talking about the VeggieTales, an Australian Christian children's show.
Okay.
I'm definitely not checking that out. I was almost old with the talking vegetables, but I don't need to learn a lesson. I don't want to learn a lesson from my broccoli. No.
No, if you're not going to like dangle them over a dip and then drop them in and then have them consumed, then I'm not reading that. I'm not watching it.
Or deep frying them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Sweet potato fries in particular. Yeah, definitely with some batter. Yeah.
Anyway. Battered sweet potato.
Yes, fries.
Oh, I've not tried them battered before.
Oh, they're delicious.
Oh, I don't imagine that they're anything but delicious, but I just haven't had that. How would one? What the
I don't know, but I always tell myself it's healthy when that's on the menu. I'm like, oh, look at me being healthy.
Look at my sugary deep fried fries. Disgusting. I wish that I like sweet potato. I can only consume it like if it's like covered in salt, because I find it a real struggle to have sugary things with my savory meal.
What? How long have you been in America?
Enough to get pre-diabetes. I'm not kidding. I literally have been here for just under 2 years. And in that time, I've had more health issues than I've ever had in my life. And it's got to the point where I have to go to like special places to buy my food.
No. You just keep eating it, and then you have to go get medicine, and you just make sure that you invest your money in the medical fields because you're going to be part of that and spending lots of money on the medicine.
Yeah. I can't bring myself to do it. It's crazy. I literally, like, it's like a year ago, I was like, oh, I keep feeling really weird. And it turned out that my pancreas doesn't produce the right amount of insulin anymore because of the food here. It's crazy. It's crazy. I don't know how people do it. Yeah. Sometimes I'll eat something and I'll think, this just tastes like wax. But then moments later, I can't help but want another one.
Oh, are you talking Hershey's chocolate?
Yeah. What is with that? Because I know that they manufacture a fake soured milk flavor to get the flavor in their chocolate, and it smells like butts. It smells like actual butts, and then actually they're weirdly tasty but disgusting. I can't. It's a hard. It's a difficult line to toe. There's a lot of stuff going on in the chat.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I have a car to look up, which I will do after this. And you may find that I do my next show from within a car that I bought that looks like this. Excellent. Oh goodness. I love dairy milk. They do have dairy milk here, and it tastes similar. It's not the same. They have Lindt, which I stick with because I can't not eat chocolate. That's crazy.
So can I ask you an interview question?
Yeah.
Which goes first on the scone, the jam or the cream?
Oh, the cream, without a doubt.
So we interviewed, I forget his name now, but he was from Cornwall, and he's like, well, clearly, if you're from Devon and you're embarrassed by your cream, you put that down first. But here in Cornwall, we're proud of our cream, so we put the jelly and then the cream on top.
That's a nice way of putting it. It's a weird turf war thing.
Yeah.
Very weird turf war thing. But my reasoning behind it is that the cream is so thick, it's kind of similar to butter. But if you get some jams, they're kind of runny. So I like to put the cream on the top and make a well in the center and then put the jam in. What I can't abide is when people don't eat them open face. If they put like the jam and the cream and then sandwich it.
Oh, yeah.
You're having half the amount of cream you could be having.
Yeah, you're never going to get diabetes that way.
It's okay if I have the British stuff. That sounds fine. I did it for 30 years and I came here. Oh my goodness.
At the risk of being kicked off your show, when we start asking Brits, this question, so I actually ordered some cream that was, made in England and had it shipped to me, and I tried it, and I'm like, yeah, it's just milk. You know what? Why don't you upgrade and just use butter?
Do you know what? It's not a bad idea. Butter and scones. If you can't get hold of the cream, butter is a good substitute.
Oh, I think butter is better. So
I don't think. Okay. I've had. You're not going to get kicked off the show. I'm just going to say. Oh. So I hosted I backing up a little bit for my mother-in-law. She really loves British stuff. Especially the royal family, but I couldn't bring them over, so I decided to do a tea party. So I made scones and Victoria sponge and things like that, and I could not get hold of clotted cream anywhere. I've since found it and tried it, and it doesn't taste the same as it does in England. It's like really thick, kind of gloopy butter cream hybrid, and it should have a crust on the top. If it doesn't have a crust on the top, it's not proper. I just burped and I forgot where I was. I'm sorry. That was very rude. But I made clotted cream, which was hard because a lot of the cream here has added stuff in it, which made when I was trying to create this thing, the consistency wasn't right. But I've managed to find a cream that doesn't have any additives in it, and I'm going to try it again. And if the recipe works, I'm going to show you what it's supposed to look like, because the clotted cream that I've been able to find that's imported from England doesn't have the crust on the top, and that's the best bit.
So with the stuff I got, I know it had to be authentic because it had a British flag on the cap. So I mean,
Oh,
so
well, there you go.
yeah. So clearly, it must have been authentic.
Oh, and going back to the waxy food comment, does he live in America? I'd be interested to know. Take that
Manitoba in Canada.
Oh, I thought Canadians had it sorted. I thought they were all right up there.
I just like saying Manitoba whenever I can. So, and
it's a great word.
And Melissa Stone is in Saskatchewan, so I like throwing that out there every so often too.
That's nice.
Yeah,
nice. Excellent.
I've never been there. I had to look them up where they're actually at in the what provinces are at in Canada, but I know now. I mean, when they become states, that'll make it easier, I guess.
We said we weren't going to do this, Mike. We said we made a pact. Oh goodness. Well, before I ask my I have like closing questions that I ask everybody.
Okay.
Before I do that, if anybody wants to ask Mike any questions, please do put them in the chat. Two of the things that I like to ask people, and you're probably going to think these are cheesy, but I'm going to ask them anyway. My first thing is, what is your idea of success when it comes to being an author?
When I went to a class, I had a woman and she goes, you have to define what success is for you. Otherwise, you will never know if you achieve it or not. So whatever it is, you have to come to that decision. And I was like, I don't know. I just want to publish a book. Since before I'd published a book, I'm like, you're asking what success is? I haven't finished a book yet. And I've never really had an answer for that question. I mean, I'm writing stories. I like it when someone says, hey, I read your story. I enjoyed it. I'm not looking to become a full-time author. I don't want a Netflix series. I'm the one author who would, because I think that'd just be so stressful. Because you're like, no, Grommy has to have brown hair. It's important in book 5. And so I'm like, I don't need that stress in my life. So no, I don't want it to be adapted because I'd just be a basket case more than I am now. So I don't know. Basically, just puttering along, writing books, selling them, going to Comic-Cons, acting like a goofball, which I have down pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now, if you'll just tell me you're disappointed in me,
I'm not doing it.
So I mean, it's fun. If AI ends up writing way better books than people, I'm going to still write my books because fine, whatever.
I think that was the invasion comment. But yeah, I think I'm not going to go on about AI stuff, but we're not going to stop it.
No,
we can't stop it. So just make sure you keep telling your stories and keep writing, because that's the only way to keep it alive, is to just keep doing it.
So I did tell people before, and a couple people I think gasped, but I actually took the first chapter of one of my stories and I put it in, and I was like, okay, write chapter 2. These are the characters. This is what happens, just to see what AI would do. And I'm like, you know what? If they can ever write better books than me, then I'll just find a new hobby. But we are nowhere close because this is abysmal.
Excellent.
So, and you have to know what it can do, because otherwise you're just sticking your fingers in your ear, or being an ostrich and sticking your head in the sand. I'm like, I'd at least like to know what it does. If it's going to replace me, then fine, I'll come up with a new hobby. I'll start fires at centers where they have all those computer. Oh wait, no, I can't say that loud. This is recorded.
What is happening? I'm not complicit.
I mean, I'm in Virginia, which is like number 1, and Texas is like number 2 for all these data centers. So now that we agree on this is our method of what we're going to do going forward.
No, stop! Stop trying to involve me in your crazy plans.
Yep, I'll definitely get more interviews out doing this and trying to make people complicit. Yep, this will work. This
You'll
is
be an
marketing,
accessory
people.
to a crime. Please do interview Mike.
Marketing, I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness! I mean, memorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Ted Kaczynski had written a book.
Sorry.
Oh, the Unabomber. Sorry, that's probably
Oh,
dated.
that's okay.
Roe, and if Tim Janota's here, he'll probably know who that is. But you have to be old.
Okay, I'm not. So. But now I know that, and I may remember that if somebody brings up the Unabomber again in an interview. I'm not counting on it, but maybe I should have a scorecard. Okay. The last question I usually ask people. I don't know if this is a question for you or if it's a question for the room. Rod asked, "Do you know England imports Thomas's English muffins from the US?" I don't know if that's a question for you, Mike, or not.
I just assumed that they were made in the U.S. and they just slapped English on it to make it sound, haughty.
I have no idea. I haven't a clue, but I do love an English muffin. They're very
Do
delicious.
you call them English muffins in England?
Yeah.
You don't just call them muffins, you call them English muffins?
Yeah, because we have muffins like the cake. So if somebody said muffin to me, I'd think like a blueberry muffin, which is the superior type of muffin.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, English muffin, which is funny, actually. Now I'm questioning my entire life. Why do we do that? That is strange. Oh, but we also do call the plasticky cheese American cheese, and I think you guys call it American cheese.
Yeah.
So I think
it's not real cheese anyway. It's more like plastic. So yeah.
Yeah, we call it ches in our house. Not quite cheese.
Fair.
Okay, just making sure I haven't missed anything. My last question is, if you could give advice to Mike, who's just started writing his first ever thing, what advice would you give?
Not me, because I'd have to torment myself. But anyway, for a new writer, I tell them, take your time, because you will never be happier than when you're like, oh my God, this book is done. I'm going to publish it. The world is going to love it. And you're so happy, and it's good. You're happy with it. And then as soon as you publish it, whether real or imagined, and for most indie authors, it's imagined, you're like, the people need the next one. I have to do, and then it becomes work, because you're like, no, I know it's good. I know everyone loves it, which means they must be demanding it. They just haven't told me yet. That's why I'm hearing crickets. And so then it becomes more of like, I put out my fourth Bertani book in January of 2024, so it's been 2 years. I'm like, it's a 7-book series. When are people going to start getting upset with me and calling me George R.R. Martin, because it's been 2 years and I haven't put out another book? As if I would love to be, called George R.R. Martin and be, equilibrated with him. But but take your time. 1, do it right. 2, it's not as original as you think it is, because there's nothing original. But take your time, do it right, enjoy the process, because after that, then the craziness will start, and you'll be like, ooh, I could write that series. Ooh, I mean, I have started 3 series. 1 is 5, 1 is 6, 1 is 7 books. That's 18 books. And I have other ideas too. I'm like, well, I'm 55 and I've published 6 books. If I want to get to 18, can I start another series? No, I cannot. So, or I have to pick up the pace. Hence, I'm going to try to kill myself and publish 4 books this year.
Which is mental.
Yes.
There you go. Oh, your adoring fans are crying out for the next one.
So,
and this is great advice as well. It's definitely something that I see with some new writers, and I'm sure I'm going to be exactly the same, where they assume that like their first book is like their masterpiece and it's the best thing that they've ever done in their life, and then they learn new things and new ways of presenting information and pacing, and they realize their grasp on the English language perhaps isn't as strong as they thought it was, or whatever it is. And you're going to keep learning stuff, whether it's your first book or your 18th book. You're still going to be learning something new in the process.
I always tell people I'm barely monolingual.
I'm going to start using that. I like that very much. Well, I've run out of questions, and we have no more questions in the chat. So before we leave, is there anything that you would like to share with the room that's appropriate?
That's appropriate.
I can see it in your eyes.
So, Proxima Station is out. Book 2, Jungle Planet, will be out February, March. I really want to have it for Coastal Con the first weekend in March so I can sell it. So by then it should be out.
Cool.
I have in no way marketed it until tonight. So this is the blast off for.
Let's have another peep at that cover while we're winding down. This is the cover. It's very cool.
So yeah, there's going to be 6 of them. I should hope to have a third one out this year.
Mm-hmm.
Haley Traveler 2 will be out this year.
Mm-hmm. That didn't work.
And yeah, that will be the 4 that I put out this year. And if I'm still alive, I promise you I will start writing the next Pertani book, not the Choose Your Own Adventure, but the next Pertani book once I get these 4 books out. Yeah, that doesn't sound mental.
It does. It does sound mental, but do you know what? Go for it. Go for it. You only live once. And
I mean, what am I going to do? Lose my hair?
Exactly. You'll be fine.
I mean, I'll start pulling out my eyebrows, maybe.
You could go full, like, hairless. Totally.
Like a naked mole rat?
Yeah. Unforgettable. This is the thing. The things that we remember are the things that are most unusual. And I truly would remember if you shaved your eyebrows off.
I wouldn't shave them. I'd pluck them one by one.
Oh my god, that's so horrendous. That's really awful. That's really awful. If you do, can you do it like live on my show? Give the people what they want.
Yes, and I'll have clotted cream and jam, and I'll take a bite after,
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's the next show sorted then. So I'm going to end the show, and then we'll talk about when we're going to balden the eyebrows. Thank you so much to everybody that joined us today. Thank you so much for your time, Mike. I really appreciate you coming on the show. I hope that you will check out Mike's books because they are great. I mean, by they, I mean the book that I've read so far, Proxima Station. I think it's backwards. It's backwards. Imagine this says it the right way around. You can go find it. I will put the link for your link tree, Mike, in the description of the episode. For anyone that's in the chat, I'm going to put the link in the chat right now, just in case you missed it. And then you can click
only
on
140 pages.
Easy read. I read it in 2 very short bursts. Here is the link for anybody that would like to have a look. And if you're watching the recording, I appreciate you taking your time and spending it with us. And you made it to the end, which is impressive. Unless you're
a hero.
Unless you skipped, in which case that's cheating. But I still appreciate you. Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I'm going to stop rambling now, and I'll see you on the other side, Mike.
Okay, thanks, Saffron.
Bye.